here at Iron Village. Today's workout or circuit is going to deal with the shoulder muscles and shoulder joint. I'm going to show you just 4 movements. Obviously there's hundreds more, and I think most of us could agree that for the general population and even most of ourselves, you know, if hypertrophy isn't your primary goal, we should be doing full body workouts, workouts that involve pushing and pulling with the upper body, core movements, a lot of lower body movements including squats and hip hinging like deadlift patterns, lunging patterns, things like that. It should be a full body routine or program if you look at the big picture. That being said, there's nothing wrong with if you want to get bigger arms or bigger shoulders in this example, or stronger shoulders or more healthy shoulders, that you can't give that particular area a little extra love. So this one, I'm going to show you 2 movements off the total gym and 2 movements on it. The first one is going to be more of a mobility drill, we'll call it, an active mobility drill. So it's not just going to be like a passive stretch where we're for example, a chest stretch or pec stretch where we're using a wall or inside of a door and just kind of hanging out. It's going to be a stretch where we're on the floor but we're active the whole time, so I'm not passive, okay? There's a big difference there. That's the first one, and we'll get right into that. And then a version of a get up, and then like I said, we'll do 2 movements on the total gym. So the first one, I'm going to call it a prone, because we're going to be laying down a hover or swimmer movement. So I'm going to be face down, and obviously don't need any equipment for this, just need a space on the ground. So I'll go through it real quick, and then I'll kind of break it down into some pieces. So this is what it's going to look like. Here, arms out, swimming back till I get to my low back, and then reverse it. Boom, boom, all the way out and back. Okay, so the pattern I want you to think about is elbows go up, then hands come up, then arms go out, kind of like Superman. And then as we do that swimming movement, we'll call it, kind of that butterfly stroke and swimming, we're going to internally rotate, but we're very active. So the whole time I'm doing that swimming movement, I'm actively reaching up towards the ceiling, okay? So it's not just hovering low above the ground. I'm trying to be active, 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 reach, reach, reach. So we're really trying to challenge that range of motion. That's a big difference there than most passive stretches where we just kind of hang out. Oh, it does feel good. May improve that flexibility temporarily a little bit. You get a little more opened up. But these active stretches where we're consistently challenging the range of motion, that's where the good stuff happens. So I'll go through it again a little bit slower. So again, it goes elbows up, hands up, arms out, and then that swimming movement back, okay? So elbows, hands up, arms out. So I'm reaching up the whole time. So my arms are up, up, up. I'll have to internally rotate at some point, but I'm still reaching up till I get to my low back, or wherever you can get. Some people get to their mid back, some people just get to their butt, whatever your flexibility allows. And then we reverse the steps. Elbows, hands up, arms out, and then I'm reaching, reaching, reaching the whole time till I get to my back with my head, and then relax. So in the circuit, I wrote it up in the article, do 5 reps of that, okay? Very active, feels good after. I feel a little more open. Then we'll get into our version of a get up. We're going to do a half, call it a half Turkish get up, because we're just going to go to, it's considered the bridge part of a Turkish get up if you're familiar with the movement. Kettlebells are most common. You can use dumbbells. You don't even actually need to use a weight if you don't want to. Some people balance a shoe, any sort of weight, hold a plate if you have that, whatever you have access to, a medicine ball. And like I said, you don't have to have anything. So, Turkish get up position. Going to be here. So if I'm extending with my left arm, my left knee is going to be bent. Okay, left arm up, left knee up, same side. So a big thing with this, and I'll explain why I like it for a shoulder circuit in a second, but big thing with this movement is it's not a crunch. So I'm not going to crunch if I'm face on to the camera. I'm not going to crunch straight up. Okay, think of it more of a rolling pattern. So instead of going this way with my chest, I'm going to diagonally drive that way, okay? So it's more of a roll onto this elbow and a push from this foot, okay? So I'm getting that cross action here throughout the body. So I'm pushing and I'm pulling with this elbow. So see the difference that way with my chest instead of that way, okay? So let's get back. So arm and knee, same side. So that diagonal drive, I'm pushing here, pulling with that right elbow, okay? couple little cues with the Turkish get-up is always try to keep this arm straight, and I like to always look at that weight. Okay, so arm straight, look at the weight. Then once we're at the elbow, break this into positions. Elbow first, extend to the hand, and then the last piece, I'm going to push through this foot again, and I'm going to bridge. So I get a little glute action as well. Posterior chain, bridge up, and then I just reverse it all. Back to the glute, or the hip, to the elbow, and then try to control it back down. Just don't fall back down, okay? I'll do one more rep. So here and here, it's that diagonal drive. Up, extend to the hand, and push, squeeze the glute, and then back down, down, and down under control. Alrighty? That's one you would do 5 per side of. Okay, obviously do both sides. I'm just going to do one for the camera. But so both shoulders are working here. Obviously holding a load over here extended the whole time. My shoulder is working. So a lot of stability there that needs to occur, a lot of strength that needs to occur. Also this side is working too. If you look at, because I'm pulling a bit my body in. So right here, you know, any sort of plank position, we know that this shoulder and this whole oblique and lower or lateral side is working the whole time when I extend here, and especially when I bridge up. Now this shoulder is working a lot as well, again, as the obliques and that side core there. So a great, really full body movement, stability, strength, all that good stuff. So 5 reps of the hover, 5 reps per side of your half get up. You could do a full get up, of course, but just a little more shoulder specific, just focusing on that half. Then the 2 movements up here on the total gym. First one is kind of the prime movement of the circuit is a shoulder press. Dumbbells are great, barbells are great if you've got the shoulder mobility. I like the total gym for obvious reason is it's very versatile in that it works for a lot of folks. If these are challenging for you, lower the board down. If you've got the strength and can handle it, jack that baby up and challenge your angles. So we're going to just hold on to the front crossbar here. I like to line up the shoulders with the end of the board. Okay, I've had actually people put their hands on the ground too, so you can do whatever is most comfortable for you. Okay, if you've got the right surface, sometimes if it's on a carpet or something that might not work, but hands can be on the bar, feet bent a little just so you don't hit the tower, and we're just going to extend straight up. I'm going to keep my chest on the board the whole time so there's no extension anywhere through the back. It's just nice and neutral spine. Lower it down, press back up. All right? So we're going to go 10 reps on this guy. Again, you can change that hand placement just so you see a couple reps. Doesn't really change a whole lot here. The hand's a little bit, obviously, but we're still getting a lot of shoulder work, tricep work as well. And then the last one, in this one, I'm going to attach the pulley to the board. Do that real quick. I'm going to lower this down. I like to keep this low in this particular exercise, especially being the fourth movement in the circuit. Arms, shoulders are going to be a little fatigued, but we'll knuckle down. I maybe could have gone up one, but for demo purposes, we'll keep it here. So rear delt here, kind of this reverse fly pattern that's going to work the rear delts and backside shoulders. Real important, not just from a strength standpoint, strength in the backside, but from a postural standpoint and just imbalance standpoint. We are seated too much during the day, all of us in cars and at desks, at dinner tables, lunch tables. I am right now, so you can probably see I'm a little forward rounded. So we're in this position, this crappy position too often. So if we can try to strengthen the backside up a little bit to help correct that posture, at least strengthen the backside, because we're short and tight here, a little bit too weak on the backside. So I don't think we have to hammer a bunch of front raises and things like that. Not that you can't put those into a workout, but I think the front is already pretty strong relative to the backside. So in this circuit, we're going to work on correcting that a little bit. So again, we're going to get in this position here. I like to start with palms facing each other. Okay. As I extend back, I'm going to focus on those muscles that I'm working. So I'm really trying to squeeze the shoulder blades behind me, okay, and contract those rear delts, and then come back. Everything on this one is about control and really focusing on those muscles. So I don't want to go too fast on these. This one, like I said, I've got the board pretty low here. Get those reps up a little bit. So we're going to go 15 reps on this one. And again, every rep with intent. So we're going to squeeze and focus on those muscles we're working. I'm not going to do all 15 right now. But so quick review. We've got our hover, which again, we're going to call that an active mobility drill. The stability drill is the half Turkish get-up. So we've got those kind of almost not warm-up movements, but those first two movements. Then we hop on the total gym here for our strength movements, the shoulder press for 10 reps, and then that reverse fly pattern to really target and hammer the backside that most of us need extra work on just because of our activities of daily living. So a healthy 4-movement circuit that will develop some strength, increase your range of motion, and most importantly, at the end of the day, is a great kind of injury prevention circuit. So add that into your mix if shoulder strength and injury prevention is a goal for you. Doug here at Iron Village. Today's workout or circuit is going to deal with the shoulder muscles and shoulder joint. I'm going to show you just 4 movements. Obviously there's hundreds more, and I think most of us could agree that for the general population and even most of ourselves, you know, if hypertrophy isn't your primary goal, we should be doing full body workouts, workouts that involve pushing and pulling with the upper body, core movements, a lot of lower body movements including squats and hip hinging like deadlift patterns, lunging patterns, things like that. It should be a full body routine or program if you look at the big picture. That being said, there's nothing wrong with if you want to get bigger arms or bigger shoulders in this example, or stronger shoulders or more healthy shoulders, that you can't give that particular area a little extra love. So this one, I'm going to show you 2 movements off the total gym and 2 movements on it. The first one